Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, catching a vibe, getting ready to do your February 2020 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's much appreciated. And for those that are returning, thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and positively engaging the channel the way you do always. You know, as I tell you guys, it's a privilege and honor not just to read for you and connect and do this work, but to ascend with you. So thank you. All right. For those that timestamp the reading prior to the prayer, please continue to do so. For those that are new and you want to bypass the intro, just see below the comments. Angel Gang's really good at timestamping this reading prior to the prayer for you. Okay. For those that want to book personal readings with me, see below my email address. Send me an email and I will shoot you over a link for my calendar. All right, where you can book yourself into my availability. Just please ensure that when you're booking, you pay, or else you will be automatically deleted from the calendar if you do not have a PayPal payment associated with your calendar invite, okay? All right, what else? I haven't been, as I told you guys, I don't really watch much tarot anymore. I really had to stop binge watching tarot. But, you know, I'm a tarot reader. I'm part of the community. So I like to see Wagwan on the scene. And I did want to share with you somebody I do still listen to. And she is a tarot reader, but she has her own podcast. Okay. And her podcast is awesome. She talks about a bunch of shit. And she's just down to earth. It's auntie. You know, she has this auntie type of vibe. She will cuss the dog piss out of you or whatever she's talking about. Like she will get rah-rah, but she's pretty straight and she's got a different approach, you know. That's why I'm kind of interested in her, because she has a different, you know, idea and a different way of talking about ascension and supporting the collective. Anyways, check out her podcast. She also does tarot, so you can check out readings there, but it's more her podcast that I'm drawn to. She does the morning ramble, ask Mel questions. Like she has all these and it's just funny. It's good, but it's enlightening too. What else? Oh, and I saw it the other day in my feed. She looks like she's new to the scene. Her name is Pretty Blind Eyes, and I want you guys to show her a lot of love. And I'll say this because I don't know if you'll actually resonate with her readings, because I didn't really resonate with the readings, but it didn't mean she wasn't actively channeling. I could tell when somebody's channeling whether I resonate with it or not, you know? And but she is legally blind, reading tarot, Braille. So there's Braille on the tarot cards and she reads them, but she's legally blind. And I found that was so inspiring. So for all of you guys that want to start channels and have all these excuses as to the reasons why you can't step out in mission and support the collective and use your own ascension and development as a way to connect and, you know, support the people around you or the collective or the public, whatever, go check her out. You'll feel inspired, that's for sure. So anyways, I wanted to shout her out just because I was so like impressed. I just felt like this is so cool. You know, she's an inspiration and yeah. And then I moved on. So those are just a couple of shout outs. You know, like I said, I'm not really watching tarot much anymore, but I am listening to her Angelic Karma's podcast, which is pretty dope. And she does like daily tarot readings and stuff, but it's very much in line with the way she talks in her podcast. But the Pretty Blind Eyes, that I found was so inspiring. I was happy I stumbled across that and clicked on it and checked her out. So show love. All right. Positive vibes only. If not, just move on. All right. Like I'm about to move on right now. We are going to be using the Tarot of Magical Correspondences. This deck by Eugene Vaninsky, you guys know I'm a huge fan. It will never get old. There is so much information on these cards. It's absolutely crazy. So I feel drawn to use this. I'm going to switch up the cards for all of the monthly signs. And let's get into prayer and get into your spread. You guys can timestamp now. All right. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning. And thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective, the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective, all the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you, so glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Temperance, which is funny because that's the guardian angel card, right? Some of you, I've been gathering, some of you need to pay homage and gratitude to the guardian angels, your guides, your ancestors who support you on a regular basis. Some of you, and the reason why I say the gratitude is not because you're ungrateful people, but sometimes when you are feeling alone or without or lacking, it's because you're not actually focusing on what you do have. There is a focus on what you don't have, right? And it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So when you focus on the things that you don't have and where there's lack, you just perpetuate that lack. And you just continue to manifest a life without what it is that you seek. That's making any sense? There's a need to focus on what you do have and how you want to maximize that, how you want to build on that. Some of you are needing to come out of a place of lack. And it might not be lack with money. Some of you guys are doing fine materialistically, but with regards to love, you're just focused on the lack. Some of you that are single are really struggling. And it's weird. It's the energy. And I've been getting this in some of the personals too. And it's the dailies. Some of you that are single in sacred space, all right, aren't really ready to come out of your sacred space. Your ego is telling you that you're actually not okay with your singlehood when your higher self is quite fine with the peace and the space that you're getting to heal, grow, and develop. But your ego, which is tethered to society, what people think, is getting you to feel like you can't be single anymore. Now, I'm saying this because some of you need to be careful. Some of you have been manifesting your person, but because you are irritated with the time it's taking for them to come in or for you to come into union or for them to come back or you get together, some of you are going to end up manifesting another karmic. Some of you needing to execute patience, understanding that the divine is actively working on and bringing in for you what it is you've downloaded, seen, your true desires. But some of you are going to be challenged by your ego, because I think some of you are putting too much energy into the ego that's telling you that you cannot be single anymore, that you need to be with somebody, because some of you, your ego has a vision of you that for some reason or another, it's less, you're less of a man or a woman because you're single. And instead of being grateful for your singlehood, the peace and the fucking space required to heal, okay, grow and develop, all right, without the leeches, without the heaviness, without the distractions, all of that. So some of you are getting bored with your sacred space, getting bored with your singlehood. I'm telling you right now, some of you need to tell, some of you, the divine is at, for some of you, the divine wants you, okay, to ask for nothing but your person. For some of you, the divine asks you to only seek opportunities that are a reflection of the abundance that you are ready to unlock inside of you, the abundance that you know is rightfully yours. So if you see yourself being more abundant, don't take a lateral move. Don't apply to jobs that are not a reflection of how much you've grown and developed. Don't utilize these new abilities that you've unlocked inside of yourself, right? Same with love. Some of you guys are manifesting wanting your person. The problem is there's this conflict between the spirit and the ego. The spirit that knows that you are on a journey to bringing into you and coming into union with friends and lover and a partner that is a true reflection of where you are going, what you truly want, your desires, who you are. A lot of you have been working on becoming the partner that it is that you seek. But the problem is some of you, okay, are impatient. Some of you are saying, some of you wrote a list down and you're like, as long as this person has at least the 5. Some of you, instead of adding to your list of the things you want in friends or in a partner, you're actually taking away from the list, saying, you know what, I can scrap this and this. Just bring me these things in a person now. And it's going to be a karmic relationship because essentially there were certain things that you were compromising. certain things that you wanted in a partner or in a relationship that you are compromising in order to bring in companionship now. It's codependent and it's karmic. I'm warning you, that is an active warning for some of you. Okay? Really ask yourself if you want another karmic, because some of you do. Some of you want, whether you're consciously aware of it, you know you need another karmic to learn very, very valuable lessons about sex, love, relationship, interpersonal, your own self-love, your worth. So some of you are going to manifest another karmic relationship, okay? Where others of you, it's not because you have lessons to learn, because the karmic relationship that some of you are going to manifest is almost identical to some, they're not identical, but there's too many similarities to somebody that you've been with in the past, or I don't know. It's almost like some of you don't need to learn the lesson again. You're just impatient. You're saying to the divine, you're taking too long. So if you're not going to bring me this now, at least bring me this. And they give you that. Yeah. So, yeah. And I can't even say be careful, because some of you need another karmic relationship so that you really learn, the lesson really gets driven home, so that you really understand, okay? Like some of you lack perspective of how you are in relationships, so you keep manifesting these relationships, trying to gain that awareness, the end user experience of what it's like to be with you, right? Some of you are going to manifest karmic relationships so that you realize that the people that you draw in are going to be more and more like you. But if you're still codependent, unsure, lacking self-love, that's everything that's going to be reflected to you in this person. So some of you are needing to really ask yourself if you're ready to come out of your sacred space, if you're truly ready. And when I say ready, I mean going into a union, knowing that you can stand your ground, create boundaries, that you don't have the insecurities, not about who you are or what you look like on the outside. You've purged all of that. You've purged all of that. Because some of you don't really feel that way. Some of you are still riddled with insecurities that would stop you from coming into a healthy union with somebody and actually building a relationship, okay, off of confidence and courage, not insecurities and self-deprivation. Some of you aren't ready. Some of you, if you really, really thought about it, because that's why for some of you, your person isn't coming. Okay. For some of you guys, though, I've been getting in the collective readings, there is this conflict, this massive karmic conflict resolution that is occurring in families, with friends, with partners, lovers, soulmates. Karmic cycles coming to completions by conflicts being resolved and both parties going their separate ways. Some of these people are going to some of you guys are going to go into your new timeline with somebody that you came out of conflict resolution with. So for some of you, this past energy is returning in order for you to resolve a conflict, which brings a new energy into both people. So going into your new timeline with this person isn't going to feel like the past is coming with you. It's going to feel like a brand new beginning. But what's more important isn't so much the brand new beginning, it's the conflict resolution, it's the clearing of karma that you guys have been dying to do, right? So a lot of you are truly wrapping up karmic cycles, but you did it internally first, right? So end of 2019, you were wrapping up your own karma. It's going to play out in the 3D now. Okay, there's this 5 of coins, 8 of wands, somebody wanting to come out of the cold, and the 6 of cups. That's what I'm saying. For some of you, okay. This 5 of coins was what I was saying at the beginning of the spread with regards to these feelings of lack, not perpetuating lack, right? It's almost like the divine's asking you to ask for the best case scenario, and you don't believe the best case scenario. You believe the 5 of coins. There's almost this inevitability that you live by. Things just don't work out for me. This shit always happens. Men always cheat. Women always, whatever. Okay? It's stopping you from being able to move forward, and it's creating blockages with regards to abundance, coming into you, whether in the form of people or money. It's almost like your skewed reality, your poverty consciousness is stopping. It's like, oh, is that abundance? Oh, that can't be real. Oh, that can't be mine. Oh, there's got to be something some negative connotation associated with that. I'm not going to get. It's pessimism. So it's actually stopping you from propelling forward, from abundance coming to you, because you don't actually believe it, and the divine is trying to work with you to get you to see yourself from a more abundant place. Some of you are already at the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are afraid of making moves, taking risk on yourselves out of fear of being in the Five of Pentacles, out in the cold. When a lot of you, the divine's trying to tell you this is out in the cold, you are already in the Five of Coins energy. There's nothing to lose. Some of you, collective messages, there's been this need. I've been downloading. There's this need for the collective, okay? Angel gang, light workers to forgive. This conflict resolution is actually you doing the forgiveness. Okay, some of you need to forgive the collective masculine, the collective feminine energy, because some of you have negative connotations surrounding men and women. So you will lump men and women in these blanket statements. Men are always like this, or women always do this. This is because you have a very skewed reality. Your experience surrounding masculines and feminines, whether it was your mother, sister, girlfriend, father, brother, boyfriend, it no matter. These experiences, these karmic cycles actually skewed your reality. It created this narrow-minded reality surrounding men and women, which is negatively impacting your abilities to manifest these relationships with the masculine and feminine in whatever form or fashion, right? So some of you are needing to heal. Some of you are realizing that the forgiveness that you need to give your mother and your father, or is spreading out to you forgiving men in general, you forgiving the woman collective in general. Because if your father or your mother tainted your relationship, so your mother and your father is the first relationship with masculine and feminine energy that you create. If it's damaged, if it's toxic, it creates this illusion that that is how relationships with the collective consensus masculine feminine look. So that means you're not going to be open to people who are not toxic or are loving. You will look at them as strange. It's like you're really needing to look outside of your reality. Okay. And the best way to do that is to forgive, come to an understanding. There's this need of realizing, like, not everyone is like this. Not everyone does this. It's healing of the collective. It's asking for forgiveness and forgiving the collective masculine energy and feminine energy, all the things that men and women in the world had done wrong to you, that created this dialogue in your mind that all men are this and all men are that, or all women are this. That needs to be healed, because you're moving forward into a collective of men and women that are not like what it is that you have been predisposed to. The reality that you're living in your mind about how people function isn't actually true. It's the people around you, the people that you've interacted with function this way, not everybody. So you're having to come out of your reality and then the consensus reality, realizing that the reality you were living by was damaged, it was broken, and it was toxic. So you're doing healing and forgiveness. This might come from, this is what I'm saying about this conflict resolution. Some of you are going to come through conflict resolution with a mother and father. That's going to bring a lot of healing to how you look at men and women in general. Okay, now you'll understand karmically why the divine put pressure on you to open your heart and seek forgiveness, or receive the forgiveness, or forgive somebody. Because it's more than just ego. It has nothing to do with it. It's trying to, that's why I'm saying the divine is always best with regards to dealing with karma. Let God handle it, because it will always play out best for everyone involved. But there is conflict that needs to be resolved. And it is going to positively impact, guys, the way you look at the collective, human beings, people, right? Some of you are going to go from not wanting kids to wanting kids because you had forgiveness and healing with regards to your mother-father dynamic, or whatever the case is, right? Some of you are gaining this level of healing that is going to get you open to marriage when you were no longer open to marriage. You had a damaged perception on what commitment was. And then some healing comes in, some resolution, conflict resolution comes in, and now all of a sudden you're looking at commitment differently, right? So whatever conflict resolution is occurring for you in the next 30 to 60 days is divinely guided. Okay. And it's going to have a massive ripple effect on your energy, opening it up, lightening it up. Okay. It's proving the shadow wrong because the shadow has been telling you that everybody hates you, that this person's all this shit, and your higher self has been in conflict with your shadow. Allow this conflict to come in. Allow this conflict resolution to come in. Let your higher self show your shadow. See, I know what I'm talking about. Right? Because for some of you, this conflict resolution is going to actually ascend your shadow. So there's been some kind of conflict, negative reality that you've been living by, but that has kept you in a dark place for far too long. There is going to be some of you, so for some of you, because with the Six of Cups, for some of you, this is a past partner or a really close person, a person very, very close to you that you are estranged from, returning from the past, offering you an apology, offering you peace, offering you validation, acknowledging feelings, whatever. There are some people, I got this in, I think it was Gemini, I don't remember. There are some people who are going to set themselves on the same karmic cycle the person coming to them for an apology just got off of. So for some of you, there are people who are going to come to clear the slate. It was divinely guided. It's not that it's not about you. It's about their connection to God and them listening to what the divine told them to do. If this is you and you use your ego and you do not allow this conflict resolution to come in, you are setting yourself on you are setting yourself on the low swing of a karmic cycle. That person who came and resolved this, they don't need your forgiveness. They don't. God told them it doesn't matter if they forgive you or not. It's about the forgiveness. It's about the relationship between this individual and God. This could be you being divinely guided to go and rectify something, make right by something, apologize to someone. It's not about how they respond. Because if they respond nasty in an egotistical way and they are not open to this healing love and all that shit, they put themselves on a negative karmic cycle and you clear yours. This is about clearing karmic debt. I don't give a fuck who you people are doing it with. All right? I don't care. It doesn't matter. All I care about is what happens when this conflict resolution, it clears karma for the entire bloodline. It takes you out of this Five of Coins energy that you have been self-perpetuating with your negative outlook on people, abundance, yourself. It's breaking this spell. Some of you, and it's going to be hard because for some of you, this person did you nasty. For some of you, it's not so bad, right? For some of you, this conflict resolution is going to be a lot easier because of the love and the sentiment that you have for this person and always had, right? For some of you, the love and the sentiment disintegrated, it disappeared. You shut yourself down emotionally from this person because of what they did to you. So them coming to you emotionally to kind of address this and make certain things right. Some of you, your ego and the internal battle spiritually of your inner higher self and your lower self are going to be battling. Your shadow is going to say, this person can go fuck right off. And your higher self is going to say, you better watch it. We need this karmic balance to come in. We need to move off of this cycle completely. So be careful. You need to be mindful that your ego, and I got this in one of the dailies, that your ego does not get involved in what the divine's trying to do to balance something out. Because some of you, because this has already occurred, for some of you, there have been people who've tried to make right by you, apologize to you, be honest with you about how they feel, what has happened, whatever the case is. And you weren't open to it. You didn't receive it. But you still go out in the world saying that people do you wrong. Like you have this negative outlook on people that you're perpetuating, and it's because you don't allow people to come in and do right by you. So there's some victim mentality that some of you like to perpetuate. Well, you fucked me over. Nope, you did what you did and you deserve what you get and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, excuse me, who the fuck are you? I'm telling you guys, it's a serious warning because this is going to be playing out for months. The divine is working with people to clear karmic debt. You reject them, you're rejecting the divine. They're going to have words with you. They're going to have lessons that they want you to learn. They're going to put you in the exact same position as the person coming and apologizing to you somewhere down the line, where you are doing this, having to understand, okay, compassion, karmic law, balance, all of that. Yeah. For some of you, the divine's trying to take you out of the cold, trying to take you out of this feeling of lack by getting you open to receiving something. Some of you are struggling to be open to receiving something because of the sheer fact that you're still playing this dialogue of things not working out, and I never find love, and I always get fucked over, and I'm always broke, or I always do this and I never get what I deserve. You are literally manifesting a dialogue. Some of you need to look around and say, this is as bad as it's going to get. It's only upward from here. I literally am getting, for some of you, the 5 of coins. Like I said, some of you, the divine's trying to prompt you to make some kind of leap of faith on yourself, take some kind of action, this forward movement. And there's this fear of, well, I don't want to be left out in the cold, and I don't want to lose this, and I don't want to da-da-da-da-da-da. And the divine's trying to tell you, guys, you're already out in the cold. You already are without. So that's where the gratitude comes in, us being grateful that we're in the 5 of Pentacles and you still got food, you still got water, you still have a place to sleep, you still have clothes. Start really rooting yourself in gratitude and watch the blessings rain down on you, guys. I'm telling you, do not perpetuate the lack, because that's the ego. I'm telling you, it's the ego. Your higher self doesn't care. Like, your higher self is so chill. Your higher self is, understands, the divine, understands karma, understands these things, right? I have a whole hairline growing in, and it's like, it looks so funny. It's hard to wear my hair straight because the hairline's like, anyway, let's keep going. I'm going to keep this 6 of Cups, but let's keep shuffling. What are we, 27 minutes in? Holy shit. Guys, I really encourage you guys, whether these readings resonate or not, okay, talk about the downloads. That a lot of people read the comments, while they're listening, they'll go and they'll read the comments and stuff. Guys, talk about your dreams, your downloads, okay? There's going to be people, every comment that you like, you were drawn to that comment. It's an energy, it's a person, it's what they said, it's the energy that they're in when they said it, all right? So, talk about, if the reading don't resonate, talk about what energies you are subject to. Okay, talk about your own downloads, even if they're non-related to this reading. Seriously, guys, at this stage of the game, we're all high priests and high priestesses. Why not? Why not create a dialogue, right? A lot of the people on, shout out to the Patreon family, a lot of you guys share your downloads and your dreams, and you guys rock me. Sometimes I've cried being like, how do they know that? Or whatever, So you guys can all do this. So do it. Why not? Run your mouths. Let your high priests and high priestesses live on here. Yum man. All right, what else do we got? The Hangman, needing to see it differently. This is about poverty consciousness. This is not about something you guys have a fear of it getting worse, experiencing worse, being worse off. It's an illusion that the devil is trying to create in order to get you to not move forward to more. Some of you are needing to look at yourself differently. Some of you are needing to look at your perspective differently. What is there to lose? I'm already in the 5 of Coins. I'm already left out in the cold. Okay, like, what's there to lose? I'm in the 5 of Coins and I'm still doing good. I still got food. I still got somewhere to sleep, somewhere to lay. Not half bad. It can only go up from here. The divine's trying to get you to believe in only up from here. I'm literally hearing the divine saying, you're already out in the cold. What are you talking about? You're already in the 5 of Pentacles. You're already lacking. Compared to what the divine sees for you with regards to abundance, where you're going, what you'll have, the divine's already trying to tell you you're in the cold. It can't get any worse. Don't be moving in fear. You're out in the 5 of Pentacles and you're still doing lit. Like, it's not that bad. Like, that's the sense of needing to be grateful for the meals, the water, the food, your bed, the simple things. Because for a very small group of you, very small, less than 10 people, for some of you, you have this abundance already, but you're not grateful for it. So this 5 of coins for a very small, maybe 10 of you. And if it is, you guys are in the 2 to 10% with regards to money. Some of you are going to lose abundance. Some of you are going to lose abundance. And some of you are going to cry and say, oh, I'm out in the cold. But it's funny because I can still see a nice house. I can still see a nice bed. I can still see a nice car. So whatever you lost that you're so focused on, you focus on that loss, you'll lose more. That anytime you experience loss, you right away go to God and say, thank you for what you didn't take. Thank you for what I still have. Thank you for what's still intact. That is spiritual royalty. That is spiritual power. That's what high priests and high priestesses do. When tower moments happen, they thank God for what's still standing, what's still alive, how unscathed you are, what you survived. It's like getting into a car accident. And instead of bitching and complaining about the damage, just get on your knees and thank God you are alive. Yeah. This whole poverty conscious thing, you guys need to come out of it. You guys need to come out of it. For those of you that have a lot of abundance, you guys are probably misusing the abundance to perpetuate the matrix. So the image that you have, right? If it's a celebrity, if it's prestige, if it's status, a lot of you reaped abundance in order to help certain people in your communities. Some of you come from humble beginnings and increased your abundance and forgot about your humble beginnings, only for the divine to humble your ass. You're going to remember real quick. This is for like 10 or 15 of you. I don't know. And you guys could literally, and you have to understand the divine only does this to make you learn and understand things. You can understand this and literally take this whole lesson off of the table. For those of you that are privileged with regards to material abundance, stop spending your money trying to create this image of status. Your success is not dependent on how much money you have. Your success is dependent on what you do with it. The power, the authority that you have isn't about how much abundance you have. It's what you do with it, what you build, how many you help. These are real leaders. These are empresses and emperors. I told you guys, the people here, a lot of you guys are going to build things that other people you'll never see or meet will eat off of, thrive from, and grow from. A lot of you have abundance that puts you in a certain power. Some of you need to go to God and say, God, why did you bless me with so much abundance? He'll tell you. He'll tell you. He will show you. He will show you people emaciated. He will show you people impoverished. He will show you. You'll be like, why am I seeing this? Because you just asked what the abundance was for. It's for them. Yo, I'm going to tell you guys something. There are people who are praying for you that don't know who you are. I've seen it. I've heard it straight up. There are people who are literally with no beds, no food, no water, that are praying every fucking day for someone to come and save them. And I'm telling you right now, you 10 to 15 people that have enough money to go and save and help these people that choose not to, it's the 5 of coins. Get ready for loss. What you were supposed to give, the divine will take from you. What you were supposed to use for philanthropy, to help, to support, that you didn't and you used for status, that money was supposed to be spent. There is abundance. You have to understand a lot of your abundance that you get, you unlock because of your understanding, your abilities, all of these things, okay? Some of you unlocked abundance because of this desire to do, to support, to help. And then the abundance came in and you did not support and help. You let the devil energy bait you into using that money, okay, to create status, prestige, and illusion, which is really slavery. It's slavery. Status and all of this, it's slavery, okay? That money that was supposed to be spent, it's going to be repoed from you. For some of you. Some of you have millions of dollars. You think there are like 10 to 15% of people that are in that tax bracket. You think that you guys made all that money for yourself? Are you guys leaders or not? Some of you are going to, some of you guys are going to inherit a huge sum of money. You guys are going to unlock abundance over the next 3 to 4 years. You're going to unlock bag after bag after bag. I told you guys in other readings, do not forget what the abundance is for. We'll leave that at that, because some of you just will. And you will learn. Some of you that use your money to control people, to manipulate people, to make people feel beneath you, you are going to, I can see you being grateful for your bed. I can see you being grateful. It's like the divine does get you to this point of gratitude. Okay, and you need not fear, because when it comes to abundance, money is an energy signature. If you've been exposed to the energy signature, or you unlock the energy signature in yourself, you will always find it. That's why you see a lot of millionaires go bankrupt only to become millionaires again, because they're exposed to the energy signature. They know what it feels like. They know how to seek it, right? So some of you guys are learning that money and abundance is a signature. It's an energy, and you're starting to learn how to seek it. You're starting to learn how to align yourself with abundance, because you acknowledge the abundance that lives in you. You're grateful for the abundance that you have already, let alone the abundance that you will gain over time. Because I do see this 3 to 5 years, being really paramount with regards to unlocking of abundance. Some of you are finally going to inherit ancestral abundance. So that's a lot. It's money that your ancestors have held from the bloodline, because nobody assumed the position to build what our ancestors were trying to build. So a lot of you aligned yourself with all these portals, aligned yourself, understanding, listening to your ancestors when they tell you what we were always destined and fated to build and do here, right? And you click in with that, boom, the abundance comes in. That's what the abundance is for. Don't forget. Okay, Princess of Cups. Some of you need to be very careful. Some of you have been single for a while, and you enter a connection with somebody, and the Hangman is asking you to take your time with the connection, to really get to know the person, know yourself. If you feel like you are, know the person and know yourself, your intuition. A lot of you are being initiated into a new relationship. And the initiation is essentially when you were entering into these new friendships or romantic partnerships, you would abandon your intuition. So not paying attention to red flags, not listening to what your gut's telling you about somebody. When your shadow tells you this person just lied to you or isn't telling you the truth, you would ignore it. There's these things. Or for some of you, it was your higher self, your inner angel telling you this person has nothing but good intentions, but your untamed shadow had you reject it. So there was this abandoning of yourself when it comes to the conceptual process of the conception of relationships closest to you, friends and romantic partners. This is the ignoring what your intuition is telling you and just playing it off cool and being cool. So some of you are being initiated spiritually by a new relationship. Some of you, it's karmic. Like I said, some of you are manifesting another karmic relationship because you are impatient with your singlehood and just feel like you shouldn't be single anymore. It's not fair. My age and who I am and whatever, I shouldn't be single. Excuse me? Your singlehood is a fucking blessing. Do you know how many angels have to support that sacred space while demons try to invade it, bait you out? Be grateful. Be grateful. Yeah, some of you guys are going to be initiated into a new relationship. Some of you, it is a karmic. Okay, so you are being initiated to see yourself, actually see, acknowledge, because the Hangman is an outward perspective. There's this outward perspective that you receive that your intuition tries to second confirm for you that you're not. This is not abandoning yourself and your intuition when embarking in new relationships, long and short. It's seeing yourself differently in new relationships. Some of you, though, for some of you, it's not actually a karmic relationship, because with the Temperance, this is a relationship that the divine has been trying to bring together for some time, because the Six of Cups is under the Temperance. For some of you, this is needing to allow for the divine to bring you out of this poverty consciousness, this feeling of lack, this feeling of alone, being alone, by being open to a partner, seeing yourself differently, seeing your reality differently, allowing what your downloads, allowing what your intuition knows you are meant and deserve, knows that you are meant to have and deserve, come into you. Because this is the spiritual battle, needing to see something differently, needing to see something differently, yourself differently, so that you aren't questioning why you're bringing in something to you like love or abundance. If you think that, you know, you're always meant to be broke, you'll squander abundance that you have in similar ways, in useless ways. You won't even be open to opportunities. Like when I was poverty conscious, I would not be open to certain opportunities for the dumbest of reasons, only for me to awaken and ascend and be like, I cannot believe I rejected those opportunities. And they never came back. And that's fine. I got new opportunities, but those were valuable lessons. Okay. Even in love, guys, even in love, you perpetuating this sense of you always getting dogged out, people always lying to you, people always cheating, is perpetuating that. So the divine is trying to bring in a relationship that will heal that perspective, take you out of seeing yourself as less than, because you know it. Like some of you know, like, I don't know. Let's keep going though. 41 minutes, holy shit. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna start clarifying. You got a 6-card spread. The Knight of Cups, 7-card spread, the 3 of Swords, 8-card spread, and the Star, 9-card spread. Yeah, this is where we end it, the 9-card spread. This is your energy. The heartbreak and all the negative things that you've experienced with regards to love, vulnerability, moving forward, believing in yourself, loving yourself and others. This vulnerability, this heartache that you bear, these negative experiences that of you embarking in love or being open to love, it tainted your wish. It got you to believe less in the wish. It got you to abandon this wish. It got you to stop seeking to align yourself to this fulfillment. So for some of you, you're going to be initiated into this star, this wish. So some of you wished for this. The divine knows you want it, but wants you to initiate yourself into truly aligning yourself for it, meaning it is now a reality. This is not just something I fantasize and dream about and explore in the 5D. This is something I am strong enough, healed enough, and ready to explore in the 3D. Because some of you want your person, but you're not truly ready. Some of you want all this abundance, but you have a damaged perception on what abundance is for, meaning you would get millions of dollars just to spend it on gear, clothes, bullshit, and have nothing really to show for it. Straight up. People think that owning a home, like you have to understand, like, because some of you will get this abundance and buy a big home, but home is where the heart is. So it's like really looking at where your heart's desires lie and then investing in that. You are the home. You are the one you are paying the mortgage on yourself. You need to look at yourself as the home. And you are paying the mortgage is how you invest in yourself to keep yourself going, to keep yourself stable. All right? I don't know. Anyways, let me wrap this. I'm going to pull from the archetypes because I really feel like this is an initiation here. I feel like some of you are being initiated into abundance and into love, and this is all tethered into your wish fulfillment. This is all tethered into what you asked for. Some of you are going to go to the divine. Why are you bringing me this when I asked for this? We'll figure it out. Like, try to understand. Meet the divine halfway. Don't be so codependent for them to break down every fucking thing to you. You know, be open. If they are leading you somewhere, if they bring something to your door, look at why. There's karmic balance that is trying to be played out here. Some of you are going to swap karma. So somebody is going to clear their karma by trying to resolve conflict, while other people are going to assume the karma of the person that they just rejected, that was trying to bring peace, they will assume that karma and end up in 12 to 14 months in that same position as that person, going to somebody asking for forgiveness. For others of you, you will gain conflict resolution with somebody that you are moving into your new timeline with. So you might not have thought that this person had anything to do with your future, only for them to return, create peace, conflict resolution, and now they are a part of your future timeline. And you will look back and be like, wow, I almost rejected this. Like I could have rejected you and this would have been a shame. For some of you, you need to allow, some of you, you're not going to move into your future timeline with this person, but the conflict resolution is going to resolve your outlook on men or women or relationships or getting close to people, right? So either way, this is karmic relief. It's balance. It's the scales, the Libra scales balancing out. And I'm telling you, if you guys, if the divine is doing everything in their power to balance those scales and you just slap the scale, that scale is going to swing back and slap you in the face. I'm just telling you, just be careful, because the divine is putting in a lot of work to bring in and support these karmic balances, these clean slates, this healing. And there's going to be egos that reject it. And then go to the divine and be begging for exactly the opportunity that it is that they rejected out of somebody. Exactly the sentiments. It's just going to be, I don't know how more to explain that. Anyways, let's just wrap with one of these oracle cards. The Orphan. The Orphan. The wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the crevice of our soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs up in you. Let it humble you. What are you striving for? What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, my dear. Do not reject the healing that you are begging for. For that 15 to 10 people on here that have some real abundance, a lot of the abundance you have is for them. You better figure that shit out, or else that abundance is going to be stripped from you so fast. The divine and your ancestors are not going to pay for you to fulfill and facilitate some narcissistic image and status that you've been trying to fund. Consider this a warning. When light, deep solace, deep acceptance, deep love. When dark, distance, hates, and avoids, controlling and limiting. Go deeper. Mary Oliver's The Kitten. The tenderness beyond tenderness is required. Imagine holding yourself in your hands. To recognize that each one of us fears rejection and isolation is to take one step towards the orphan. More kindness always. Access this archetype through creative acts like drawing, painting, or writing. Keep it simple. Ask the orphan what it wants to draw, make, or say. That is your monthly reading. Happy birthday, my beautiful Aquariuses, okay? Lead. This is the era of Aquarius. Show them why. Be enlightened. And please, guys, at this level of the game, high priestesses and high priests, we need to be cognizant of the orphan. We need to take this responsibility, this collective responsibility. Some of you are the orphan, and you need to forgive the masculine energy and the feminine collective energy that abandoned you your whole life. Because not everybody will abandon you. There are people here that take these orphans close to their chest, love them, support them. Home is where the heart is. The divine is asking you to be open to the hearts of the people who will truly love you and make home for you. Anyways, I gotta fly. Gotta fly! Keep letting your inner angels live. For personal readings, see my email address below. For Patreon members only, see the link below. And until the next time I see you guys, please continue to let your inner angels live, okay? Mwah. Ciao.